Welcome to Complinet Global Newscasts. News featured is taken from Complinet Complete, our news analysis and tracking service, and your comprehensive view of the regulatory landscape. As part of its review of the Markets in Financial Instruments Directive, the European Commission asked the Committee of European Security Regulators to provide technical advice on possible changes to MiFID's three-tier client categorisation regime. Presumably influenced by political concerns about possible mis-selling because of a lack of appropriate investor protection, the Commission asked CESA to come up with the technical criteria that it might use to make more of the distinction within the two broad non-retail categories in the original MiFID text, namely professional client and eligible counterparty. The industry believes that there is no case for change. The Futures and Options Association and the Association of Private Client Investment Managers and Stockbrokers also said that the current three-tier regime delivered appropriate protection to all three categories and thought there was no case for narrowing the range of professional client entities. We spoke to Complinet's Peter Elstob.
MiFID has three client categories in terms of investor protection. So apart from retail clients, there's a category of professional clients and eligible counterparties. Now, as part of its review of MiFID, the Commission wondered whether within the professional clients category there shouldn't be more granular definition. It appears from the responses to CESA's consultation on this that neither the buy side nor the sell side sees any need for any change at all. And so we'll wait and see when CESA puts its advice forward to the Commission. But it's probably safe to bet that there won't be any change to that regime of client categorisation.
As banking groups published their first set of data on complaints under the new FSA rules, the Ombudsman warned that the attitudes of both consumers and firms were hardening. As a result of the Financial Ombudsman Service was seeing an increase in cases that were complex and difficult to resolve. It said disputes were becoming more hard-fought. The major banking groups, including Lloyds, Barclays and Santander, published the number of complaints received and upheld since the beginning of the year. Consumer champion Consumer Focus welcomed the publication but said the aggregated information was too limited and called for more detail to enable consumers to compare the service offered by different banks. And finally, law firm Norton Rose warned retail investment firms that they needed to get into the detail of the retail distribution review now and work out exactly how the rule changes would affect their business model. With further detail awaited from the FSA on rules for platforms and wraps post-RDR, the regulator nonetheless fined IFA firm Moneywise £19,600 for advice failings regarding platforms. The firm failed to ensure it had robust compliance arrangements in place for training advice on the use of platforms. It also failed to prove that the platform-based investment it recommended for 519 of its clients was suitable. Margaret Cole, the FSA's Director of Enforcement and Financial Crime, said firms that move to platform-based investment models need to ensure their advisors are properly trained and understand the nature of all underlying investments. They must also make sure they are properly supported by adequate compliance arrangements. To read about this or any other stories from Complinet in more depth, please log in to complinet.com or contact us if you would like a free trial. Join us next week for another newscast from the Complinet Global News team.